got the call that a 10-year-old female was missing from Nonawood Road. The guys that we did have responded there. We called search and rescue. We had a helicopter. We had our posse out looking for the young girl. About 4:20 yesterday, this young girl was found deceased on some property located about a quarter of a mile behind the residence where she lives. The guys began talking with some family members, and of course, there were some inconsistencies with one of the brothers in the family. The father and the 4 kids or 3 kids were brought down to the sheriff's office. One of the things that we discovered was that the 15-year-old boy, apparently the father had already confronted this 15-year-old earlier in the day and thought there's a possibility he had something to do with the missing girl, to the point he had actually handcuffed this boy and brought him back to his house. He failed to tell us that when we originally arrived, and that we had no idea that that had happened. We had no idea that this 15-year-old was a suspect at that time. The 15-year-old boy was not the typical 15-year-old kid that you would see every day on the street. This is a hardcore kid. He lied. He was deceitful. He screamed. He cursed. He was like interviewing a 30-year-old murderer when we talked to him. At a point, we were actually able to determine from some of his statements that he was involved in the death of his sister. He actually had told us that his sister had been shot. His first story, we did not even know that yet at the office. The crime scene was still on the scene. There was some very bizarre information given to us by him. Still, we are not 100% sure we know exactly why this happened or exactly the chain of events which led to it, but we do know that the 15-year-old brother shot and murdered his sister. We have not ruled out sexual battery at this time. Autopsy is going on as we speak. He's been charged with an open count of murder right now. The state attorney is going to file a second-degree murder. That's the highest murder they can file at this time until they take it to the grand jury. They're going to try to get a first-degree indictment at the grand jury. State attorney Larry Bassford was down last night working with the guys. Again, I mean, this just doesn't happen every day. There's a lot of things that happen, a lot of things we see, but when we're dealing with a 10-year-old child and a 10-year-old victim, it's really, it gets home. It comes home to us and these guys. Again, I mean, I just can't say enough about them holding it together and able to be professional and do a professional job.